Hello, aspirants, and welcome back to another explainer right here on the Rungta IAS Academy channel. If you are gearing up for the upcoming mains, listen up, because we are diving into something absolutely crucial today. We're looking at the recent unprecedented flurry of diplomatic activity between Prime Minister Modi and President Macron. The India-France relationship has just taken a massive leap forward, and this is an absolute goldmine for both your GS Paper 2 and GS Paper 3 preparation. Let's jump right into it.
Absolutely, ma'am. Aspirants, here is our roadmap for today's session. We'll be covering the new strategic convergence, moving into the GS3 tech pillar, looking at the traditional geopolitics of defense and space, discussing the GS2 D10 debate, and then wrapping up with your high-yield mains and interview takeaways. All right, starting off with Section 1, the new strategic convergence. What's truly remarkable to note here is the sheer speed of implementation. You know, in normal diplomacy, these massive bilateral announcements can take years to actually materialize. But here, they are translating high-level summit talks into ground-level action incredibly fast. For your prelims and your mains, you need to make a mental note of this rapid timeline. We're talking about the India AI Impact Summit in New Delhi, followed closely by Bharat Innovates down in Nice, the Vivatech Summit in Paris, and finally, the crucial G7 Summit in Evian. This timeline right here is your factual bedrock. Moving seamlessly into Section 2. We are now strictly in GS3 territory, the tech pillar. Now, this framework perfectly illustrates the shift you need to capture in your mains answers. Historically, the bedrock of this relationship has been defense, nuclear energy, and space. But look at how dynamically the partnership is evolving into entirely new frontiers. We're now talking about cyberspace, artificial intelligence, healthcare, sustainable development, and even the creative economy. When you write your papers, you absolutely must articulate this paradigm shift from those traditional pillars to these dynamic new sectors.
Exactly, sir. And the reason this shift works so beautifully is because of a highly symbiotic relationship between the two nations. Let's break down these mutual advantages. On one side, France brings state-of-the-art tech to the table, aerospace, robotics, green tech. But India isn't just sitting there as a passive consumer. No way. We bring our own tremendous added value through frugal innovation, our booming startup ecosystem, and most importantly, our globally recognized digital public infrastructure, or DPI. It's a completely complementary match.
Okay, shifting gears to Section 3, defense, space, Africa, and traditional geopolitics. Drawing from Ambassador Mohan Kumar's analysis here, there is a very real, tangible urgency regarding the co-designing and co-production of defense platforms. Make sure to also mark down these emerging areas: small modular reactors and joint satellite development. Strategically speaking, notice how the postponed India-Africa Forum Summit, which was delayed due to the Ebola crisis, makes joint Franco-Indian cooperation in Africa even more critical for maintaining stability in the region.
We also have to look at the broader global context impartially. The ongoing conflicts in Ukraine and Iran have disproportionately affected the global south, and both leaders are actively exchanging views to navigate this heavy turbulence. Also, here is a quick factual nugget for your prelims. Mark down PM Modi's historic state visit to Slovakia. It's actually the very first by an Indian PM since Slovakia's independence back in 1993. Make sure you note that down. Let's transition over to Section 4. We are jumping into GS2 now with the D10 debate.
Aspirants, pay close attention because here is a potential 10-marker keyword for you, the D10. With the G20 losing a bit of its momentum lately, discussions have really resurfaced about expanding the G7 into a broader grouping of 10 major democracies. With France chairing the upcoming G7 in Evian, and with US President Donald Trump expected to attend amidst all this geopolitical shifting, the evolution of the G7 into a D10 is a massive strategic development. India is going to be watching this very, very closely.
Ma'am, and finally, Section 5, mains and interview focus. All right, get your notepads ready because this is exactly how you want to conclude your answers. Let's analyze this powerful closing thought. At the end of the day, India and France are two crucial middle powers who set great store by strategic autonomy. They aren't simply sitting back and reacting to global politics. They are actively shouldering a fundamental responsibility to ensure and contribute to global geopolitical stability.
Ma'am, to wrap up today's explainer, we want to leave you with a direct UPSC-style question to really ponder. How do middle powers like India and France use strategic autonomy to ensure a smooth transition to a multipolar world? Think about that new tech pillar, the defense co-production, and the D10 debate we just covered.
Structure your points around those themes and prep this for your upcoming mains and interview. Thank you so much for studying with us today, and as always, keep your preparation focused.